Hi, everyone. Dorothea Hendriks here, your communication coach in presentation skills and in public speaking. Today, I'm going to share with you three pointers about the question and answer period. So many times when I'm coaching, people go, ah, ha, ha, ha. Or maybe they don't go quite that strongly, oh, ho, ho. But when it comes to handling the question and answer session, many people aren't comfortable. They don't like it. They don't want to go there. But what if, and this is the first point, what if you looked at the question period as a way to further your speaking goals? You have a message, you have something that you're sharing with the group that you're speaking to, your staff, your team, management, maybe a group in the industry that's come to a convention, whatever the group, you've got something that is really important that they need to hear. When people ask questions, the goal here for you as a speaker is to further your speaking goals. Make sure you drive home the message. This gives you an opportunity to answer questions with your message in mind when you respond. So that's number one pointer to think about. It's what if? What if you thought about the question period as a great way to advance your message, your speaking goals? Number two, what happens if nobody has a question? Sometimes that can happen where nobody has a question. Then you, as the prepared and polished speaker, you have some questions in your back pocket or in your folder or on the desk or somewhere, but you have two or three questions prepared for that particular situation when nobody else has any questions that they're going to ask. And of course, the questions that you're going to pose to your audience will be questions that will help you further your speaking goals. And you can start off with saying, in my previous presentation, one of the questions that kept popping up was, or in preparing this presentation, one of the questions that came to mind was, or sometimes people want to know, well, how can, and that's again in regard to your presentation. So that's number two. What if nobody has a question? Then you, as the speaker, as the one who's prepared, has some ready to roll off the top of your tongue or the tip of your tongue, wherever you're going to roll it off. And number three, what if you're finished now with the presentation and you just end it? Well, thanks. That's all we've got time for right now. Thank you for your questions and everybody goodbye. Well, maybe you wouldn't be quite that abrupt, but you're ending on the Q&A. But what if you didn't? What if you ended the question and answer session and then went on to repeat your point, circle back to the beginning? What was your message? What's the reason for people to be here? What is that you want them to do now that you're finished when they get up and walk out that door? We hear so often that what people remember, the majority of the time, what people remember is the beginning of a presentation and the ending of a presentation. Why in heaven's name would you want to end on somebody else's question? They've asked you a question which may or may not apply directly to your speaking goal, the outcome you want, your message. So why would you end on that? No, you can end on that question and then go back to reiterate, reaffirm, repeat your speaking goal. So what if you did that? What if you thought about the question period as a way to advance your goals? What if, when nobody asks you questions, you had some in your back pocket? And what if, instead of just stopping at the question period, cutting it off, you actually ended the question period and then finished your entire presentation, going back, reiterating your message, furthering your speaking goal of what you want people to do now that you are finished? What if? What if you gave those three pointers some serious consideration. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendriks wishing you, oh, and before I wish you mountains of success, why not subscribe to my YouTube channel? I'd really appreciate it if you would. Help me get these numbers up. Until next time, this is Dorothea Hendriks wishing you mountains of success.